Warning: Geeking Toyetic is a show aimed at the adult collector, and as such features adult language and humor that is not appropriate for younger audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
And welcome everybody to the latest special edition episode of Geeking Toyetic here on the Geeking Poetic podcast channel. I, of course, am your host, Larry Roberts. As usual, I'm here to talk about toy stuff. Usually I'm talking about just actual toys, you know, figures, vehicles, retro, modern, all that kind of stuff. But every now and then, I like to feature something that is toy related. And one of my favorite things about collecting toys is reading about toys, talking about toys, getting new information about toys. Not even just about new toys that are coming out, but especially finding out really cool info and things that I just never knew about old retro toys, mostly from my childhood, figure from like the 60s through the 1980s. So what I love about publications such as Brian Heiler's Toy Ventures magazine is the fact that he digs up so much cool dirt and background info and stories and tidbits and things that I never knew about a lot of these vintage toys. Now, sometimes it's about toys that I did actually have and play with. Other times it's about toys that maybe, you know, was rumored on the playground when I was a kid, or things that I saw on the back of like a Starlog magazine or something like that that I never actually got to hold or witness for myself. And then sometimes there's toys that were released that I just flat out never even knew about. Well, if you're into that kind of stuff, then Toy Ventures magazine is for you. It was a great magazine right from the get-go, but I have to say the magazine has gotten markedly more and more improved with each issue. The latest issue I'm going to talk about today, which is issue number 8, is no exception. First of all, with the cover, it was created by Darren Height, aka Doc Multiverse. He made this amazing looking cover. It's awesome to look at. The covers for these magazines have gotten better and better as they go along as well. Also, there is a new column from none other than Ray Castile, who some of you might know from Basement of Horror. It's a little tribute to Ray. I love the Basement of Horror program on YouTube. It's awesome. Ray is an awesome guy. He has so much knowledge when it comes to classic horror collectibles of all different types. And in this issue, he's going to be talking about the incredible Melting Man. And if you're into like cool, weird, obscure stuff like Remco Warrior Beast toys, then you have to check out the Warriors Toy Box. None other than Chance Priest is doing this article, and yeah, it looks like it's going to be awesome. The magazine has a feature on Telco Monster Motionettes, which was contributed by Heath Smith. Then you've got Tony Roberts from Analog Toys teaming up with Bob Bretchen, who used to be a designer for Palitoy Toys. And they're going to do like a whole like in-depth thing about Action Force RoboSkull. And then we start delving into things that I'm very passionate about, which is Shogun Warriors and Shogun Warrior knockoffs. I mean, come on, what's cooler than Shogun Warrior knockoffs, right? Well, Brian's got Shogun Warrior expert Dave Keymont talking all about these Shogun Warrior knockoff toys. And then something I'm super excited about, which is part 2 of their in-depth look at Hasbro's SuperJoe. Man, I love SuperJoe. SuperJoe is such a forgotten, by so many people, such a forgotten toy line because it was very brief. It came in between the 12-inch G.I. Joe, Man of Action, Adventure Team, all that stuff, and the later 1982 Real American Hero 3 3/4 inch ones. SuperJoe was a blip on the radar, but it came out when I was a kid, and oh my god, I loved SuperJoe. And then the magazine's gonna feature all sorts of other stuff, like unreleased Battlestar Galactica toys, Galaxy Maidens, some early 80s toys, and then another installment of the ongoing discussion and dive into one of the best toy lines of all time, which is Mego's Planet of the Apes. Plus, Corey, a Toy Ventures regular, has another installment of Collegeville stuff, more masks and things from the vaults, apparently. There's just a load of stuff. This issue seems like it's going to be just full of really awesome stuff. I have the new issue right here, and I thought it'd be cool to look at it for the first time with you guys on camera. So here we go. All right, so there it is. There is Toy Ventures issue number 8. I've already seen this cover because it's been featured online for a while now and everything, but look at that. Yeah, if you're a SuperJoe fan, you're gonna love that cover. Additionally, before we go any further, another awesome part of ordering the magazine is that you get cool little additional items thrown in there for you. Like in the past, I've talked about, I had that really cool Mr. Rock glider thing that I loved that. I still pick that up and play with that every now and then. Oh my god, this is one of the coolest things they've done. Again, I saw pictures of this online, but this is awesome. He made puffy knockoffs. So it's specifically puffy stickers of knockoff toys, because as we all know, I mean, who is the king of knockoff toy knowledge? Well, he's going to probably argue with that and say, oh, I'm not the king of it. There's this guy or that guy that knows more. Well, in my world, the king of knockoffs is Brian Heiler. He did the book, which is a great book, by the way. I've talked about that on the channel before. But look at these knockoffs. And they're really nice quality, man. These puffy stickers are great quality. Awesome. Oh man, I want so badly to go stick these on something, but I don't want to take them out of the package, so. Anyway, that's really cool. It starts out with Birth of RoboSkull, and as always with Toy Ventures, the artwork and the photography and the layout is just so well done. I feel like there might be even like a little bit more text in here than there's been in the past. I love the photos, don't get me wrong, but I love the text, man. I love being able to read more about this stuff, and it seems like Brian's got a really good balance of both going here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I knew I was gonna love Ray's portion of the magazine, and I was not wrong. The Incredible Melting Man costume. That is just one of the coolest things. I am a big, big fan of old monster costumes, like the old Collegeville and all that kind of stuff. Man, I love it. That is great. Then we get the Big Bad John figure. Boy, he's a gruesome looking guy. And see, now I don't remember Big Bad John. I am very familiar with the Lincoln International toys, but Big Bad John was something that was never on my radar as a kid. He has a gigantic head. That's probably what I'd look like if I shaved my head. Nobody wants that. Oh my gosh, Dave's article on these Midway Warriors. Look at these. These are super cool. I'm so into that, and knockoffs are no exception. Dave did an excellent job. Oh, these awesome motion monsters. These are great. I love this. I can't wait to read more about this because I love these things. All right, and then it gets into part 2, Steve's part 2 of the SuperJoe stuff right off the bat. Before even reading all the details about it, I can tell that I'm just going to be like getting goosebumps as I read this because, like I said, I love SuperJoe so much. All these awesome sets, these different costumes and uniforms and accessories. Oh, this makes my hair stand on end. Well, I would be buying more issues of Toy Ventures anyway, but you tell me there's more SuperJoe stuff coming. I know it's a brief line, so not a whole lot more you could probably cover, but that's the beauty of what Brian and all the other contributors to Toy Ventures do, is that they take these things that you thought there was a finite amount of knowledge about, and then they just deep dive into it and tell you all sorts of things that you didn't even know existed, or you had no idea there was that much information to be gathered from it. Well, I'm gonna have to go and really delve into sitting down and reading this more, but just from the outset, this looks like another killer issue of Toy Ventures, and I'm not being paid by anybody to say that or any of that bullshit. This is just me being a fan and appreciating Brian and Ray and Steve and all the guys who contribute to this magazine. Thank you for keeping print alive. I think that it's really important to the hobby. I think it's I've said it before, but ad nauseum, but I'm going to say it again. Looking up stuff online, it's great. I'm super happy about it. I'm happy to have online to share my videos and my stuff with you, but there's nothing like, just like there's nothing like holding a vintage toy in your hands and taking it in with your eyes and your touch and everything like that. It's the same thing for me with magazines. Magazines was a big part of what got me into collecting toys as an adult when I first discovered the very few publications that were around when I was in my late teens, early 20s. So I love the fact that this is being kept alive by Toy Ventures. I will put information on how to obtain Toy Ventures in the description. I will put something here on the screen. I will also, I also suggest that, and I'll try to put it, if I can, I'll put it in the description and all that too. I would suggest you check out things like Ray's Basement of Horror and some of these other guys, the other things they do, because Analog Toys, all that stuff, because there's great content out there featuring this kind of stuff, and take it all in, man. There's so much to take in. It's the kind of thing that makes you want to collect more and more. I know that this, unfortunately for my pocketbook, it tends to make me want to spend more money, but you know, that's part of the hazard of being a collector. But anyway, I just wanted to hurry up and get this out since I just got this package in the mail, and I'm sure I'll be talking about it more in the future. So thanks everybody for checking this out, and I'll see you soon.